Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and you're watching SoCal Disney Dad. Today we are at SeaWorld for the first day of the Seven Seas Food Festival. We're excited to get in. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe so that you can be notified when we post more content. It is Friday, March the 5th, the first day of the Seven Seas Food Festival, and this is the line to get in. They aren't using the entire zigzag, so it's not as bad as it looks, but once you get in the park entrance, if you head off to the right, there is a wall over here for getting your Seven Seas Food Festival booklet. The booklet will show you all the different food offerings and where they are located throughout the park. You're gonna go ahead and grab one. I'm gonna grab two actually. If you have an old lanyard from last year that you didn't use, as you see we only used 3 of our 18, you can come up here to guest services and we'll report what happens after we talk to them. We did take our old one to guest services and they exchanged it for one of these. There was a convoluted way they had to do that. Basically what they did is they refunded us for Shamu bucks for how many punches we didn't use, and then they used the Shamu bucks towards the purchase of the new lanyard. So yes, you can essentially exchange them, but you do have to pay the difference. For us, it was a $20 difference. Here is a brief look at the map of where things are located. All of the blue dots are the booths, the food booths. There used to be a bunch of booths back by the penguins, but if you take a look in the map, there is nothing back there now. So if you've come in previous Seven Seas, be aware that the locations are shuffled all over the park, and you'll definitely want to make sure you grab a map so that you can see where everything is located. Pretty neat thing just happened to us. Somebody was walking by and stopped us and said that they just watched our video yesterday before they came into the park today and they found it super helpful. That was really neat. First time that's happened to us. And if you see us in the park, feel free to stop and say hi. We won't bite, I promise. It's about 2 minutes to open here and we are down at the base of the Sky Tower for Socal Flavors so we can get that Lobster Mac and Cheese. Here is Socal Flavors. You can get the Lobster White Cheddar Kraft Mac and Cheese for $9.99 or the California Hand Roll for $7.99. If you do have one of these punch cards, it's just one punch for the item and the item is free. I mean, not free because you paid for the punch card, but that $9.99 item will actually be quite valuable considering we paid with tax $80 for this whole thing for 18 punches. That works out to being what, less than $4 or a little bit more than $4 per punch, and we're getting a $9.99 item, so that'll be a fantastic option. So just a heads up, if you are looking for that Lobster Mac and Cheese, maybe going straight when it opens is not the best idea. We just got turned away, said that the lobster is not quite cooked yet and that to come back in 30 minutes. So we're gonna show back up at 12:30. Hopefully the lobster is cooked then. We're gonna go over and get some Italian meatballs right now. The meatballs are at Mama Stella's, so you can come on over here to Mama Stella's, and as you see here, the Fontina Cheese Meatballs, that's what we're gonna get with French bread. They got rid of the sliders that we got last time, so if you watched our previous video, you cannot get the sliders anymore, but they do have a caprese salad, a Mama's rigatoni, and tiramisu as well. Here's the first look at the meatballs and the French bread.
Yeah, Benjamin's got the right idea.
Go ahead and dig into that.
I'm hoping this is the same meatball that was on the Meatball Slider that we tried the other week, because that was really good. But
whoa, what those are?
I can't tell if it is.
Mama,
Have another bite.
I think the one we had the other week was spicier, but it's still good. So I still recommend getting it. There's a lot of flavor there. It's a big meatball, if you can't tell. I've already had 2 bites and I still have at least half a meatball left. And then it comes with some French bread as well. And that is really good too.
It's no sauce.
There's no sauce.
No sauce, excellent.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Because I got the wide angle lens on there, and this isn't coming out. Fail.
You just made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be.
Oh well. Let's dig in.
I was leaving you that little meatball.
Okay. I can't do it. This is being more complicated than I expected. Here we go. Ready? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You got it, dude. Now let's take a piece of this bread. Dip it in the sauce. The bread's okay.
Yeah.
Amy's a bigger bread person than I am.
I wish it was sourdough bread because I love sourdough bread, but it's still a good French bread. And I love that with SeaWorld's food festival, you get really decent sized portions. I'm gonna keep track at what all the prices are for everything that if you had bought it just by itself would have been. So at the end of this festival, when we've used up all our punches, we'll let you know how much we saved.
So the vegan market is located here next to the pretzel shop. The vegan market has the Impossible Meat Slider and the Jackfruit Sloppy Joes. The Sloppy Joe on the right, and then the Impossible Slider on the left.
Right, here you go.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy, have a great day.
You can sit along the wall. About the only place to sit over this way. It's got a little pickle on top. Let me see if I can get over here on this angle of it. There we go. That's a little better. So this is the Impossible Meat Slider. Let's go ahead and have a bite. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not really good at describing food. It's like, you know, people talk about steak when they put their fork into the luscious, juicy meat and all these liquidy things come flowing forth. That's just, I don't know. You can tell how bad I butchered that. But this was pretty good. There's a bit of a sauce in there that they put on top of it. I don't know what the sauce is, but it adds a flavoring to this. And then, I mean, you can't tell that it's not meat. That's why it's an Impossible Burger, of course. And I'm gonna have another bite. You can see the sauce they put on it there. There's also some mustard in there, it looks like. Mustard and whatever other type of sauce they put on it. So we got the meatball and the Impossible Slider. So now we're gonna go try to get that Lobster Mac and Cheese because that's what I really want. That's the #1 item on my list for today. Still nobody over here at this booth, so I don't know if they're just, you know, still not open or what. And that was quick, still not open. So it is what it is. Try to push that towards maybe the middle of the day, but don't wait too long. The place to get the Mexican food is over across from Manta in this little cooker shack. We're gonna come over here and get some tacos. Here at the Mexico Pavilion, you can get the Beef Barbacoa Taco for $7.99, brisket nachos for $8.99, and the Mexican roasted corn for $5.99. So here's a look at all three options. We have the taco on the right, the nachos in the plastic container here, and then the roasted corn in this cup. So that's the portion size for what they look like. Obviously it looks like the nachos is the largest portion size, but all three look like really great options. And what they do is they give you a plate with the tortilla on it at the booth behind me, and then you take it to the grill and they add the meat afterwards.
Oh, it doesn't fold.
It's a hard taco. Well, if you were expecting to fold that.
Maybe.
Oh, there we go. Just be careful, be careful. Perfect.
That was good. It didn't look like it would be very big. When they handed me the plate, I'm like, this is really small, but the guy really loaded it up with meat. So there is quite a bit of beef on here. And if you're sitting here, it smells heavenly because you've got the smoker behind us.
I don't know if you can see all that smoke coming off the cooker. but that does create a wonderful aroma over here in this region.
Hot.
I'm gonna try to do this one-handed here.
I got it. Watch your lap.
I'm spilling. Mm. The meat's got decent flavoring, but for it just coming off the grill, the meat actually seems kind of cold. It's okay. Definitely not my favorite item so far of the 3 things that we've had, but it's okay if you're looking for a good taco. Take number 3 on the lobster mac and cheese. Let's go see if we can get it now. I really want this lobster mac and cheese if you can't tell. Finally, there's a line. That must mean it's open. Exciting. Here we go, lobster mac. Doesn't that look amazing? Gonna walk along with it here and hope that I don't trip on the way back to the table. Take a look at that heavenly bit of food. I told you I was bad at describing food.
Heavenly cheesy lobster goodness.
That sounds better than me. All right.
So,
Is it as good as it looks?
it is as good as it looks. I'm gonna get some lobster this time because my first bite didn't really have any lobster in it, so.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And
Best one so far? She has to think about it, folks.
honestly, it's pretty tied with
The meatballs?
because those meatballs are just
They're amazing.
really good.
All right, moment of truth. Wow, that was amazing. I think even better than the meatballs. That's just my opinion, but this is good. Let's have another bite. Even without a piece of lobster, you can still get the lobster flavoring in the cheese. Perfection. So we just discovered something here with the festival map. We were trying to find the Polynesian bar or Polynesian area because we want to go get the cheesecake, and that's way down by the waterfront. But in here, in here, it says 4 Polynesia. I assumed that was location 4, but that's page number 4. So don't be confused.
Yeah, go to the front.
And don't be fooled like me. Now you know. Have you ever watched Bill Nye the Science Guy in his segment, Did You Know That? Well, now you know. Right up front here by the waterfront is the Polynesia bar, but if you want to go to the Polynesian Flavors, it is off to the left here. And then you can go into the waterfront over there for food. The Polynesian Flavors has a spicy poke ball, barbecue Kahlua pork sandwich, and that tropical cheesecake that we're gonna get today. There's a look at the poke ball for you. And that's the cheesecake, I guess. And then that's the barbecue pork sandwich. So here it is. I mean, it basically looks exactly like what they showed us there in the display. They said that the flour is edible. Not that I feel like trying to eat the flour, but you can if you want to. It doesn't quite look the same as the one in Orlando. The one in Orlando came in like a waffle cone or something, but this is open face or a la carte or whatever. Let's go over here to this table.
It's like, do I dare eat the flour? I can eat the flour.
She's gonna eat the flour, folks. Go ahead. If you're gonna do something, don't do it halfway.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Okay, let's not eat the flour then.
Oh wait, no. Damn.
Does it taste like a flour?
It tastes like flour.
There's luau music over here because it's Polynesia.
I realized after I took a bite, I mixed the two, so.
You mixed it. Oh, they're 2 different flavors?
Yeah, there's 2 different flavors. And they didn't say what they were, so I don't know what I'm eating. I really don't know what this is. This one's very creamy, whereas this one over here, the one bite I had, was very tart.
Let's go see what I think here.
That one's good. That one's
That one is good. I like cheesecake. I'm the cheesecake person of the family.
Don't touch it, baby.
And so I love cheesecake.
Yeah, beware, that one's very tart. Very, very tart. I told you. I warned you.
What is that flavor?
I don't know.
Oh, I know what that flavor is. It's almost like kind of like a butterscotch. I think it's like a butterscotch.
Is it? Or do you think there's lime?
Well, there might be some lime. I still feel like it tastes like a bit of butterscotch. Man, okay, yeah. The orange one, not so much.
What if you mix the two though? Does it balance it out?
The white one's great. I'll have a tiny bit of the orange with my wife. Yeah, it does balance out a bit if we do it that way.
That's why they give you the two.
So, but just a tiny bit of orange is really all I need. Yeah, the orange is much more tolerable if you eat it with the white one. But the white one all by itself, my recommendation would be that because only half, to me, your mileage may vary, to me only half was worth eating, so I probably won't be getting this again, especially since it's only $5.99, and that means it's still more money than per punch. Per punch, it's like $4 and some cents per punch, so $6 is still saving money. But compared to like the Lobster Mac and Cheese, that's $9.99, and that's a much better value for your dollars. Unless you really want to try the cheesecake, go for it.
There's also, we didn't get it today because this is our last thing, because honestly we are both very full. After
5 items, we're full, and we didn't eat lunch, mind you, and we split everything. So keep that in mind when you come here. These things are very filling. We'll come again tomorrow and we'll get some more items for you, so be on the lookout for that video. If you want to see it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. That way you can be notified when we post it. You won't want to miss it.
The other thing that we may try if we try another dessert is there's a key lime pie at one of the other booths. I'm not sure which one at the moment. I think it's the Caribbean one. This was the Polynesian one. And I believe there's a Caribbean one, but it's way on the other side of the park. And like we said, we're not hungry anymore, so we're not going to try that one today.
We only stayed on the booths that were towards the front of the park or on the left-hand side. We got a helicopter going overhead, so that probably is going to ruin my volume. So I'm going to wait and say that all over again. Bye, helicopter. Okay, as I was trying to say, we went to 5 places. We didn't go to any in the back. I mean, this one's technically in the back, but this is as far back as we went. We didn't go to any on the other side of the park. There's still lots of options. And of course, at each booth, we only bought 1 item, and each booth has at least 3 options. So there's lots of food here still to try, and we're excited to check it out tomorrow.
We are just coming for the food, nothing else.
We're also not really coming for the dessert. Amy and I are, if you've been following on with our Let's Go to Disney videos, we're currently on what we call the Disney diet. Let me know down in the comments if any of you do something similar when you know you're on your way to Walt Disney World and you specifically try to lose weight so that you can enjoy all the delicious, scrumptious food at Walt Disney World, because that's what we're doing right now. So we're trying to avoid sugar as much as possible, but we had to break for just a tiny dessert today because we wanted to let you see how it was. All right, well, let's get going. Well, that's it for our visit to the SeaWorld 7 Seas Food Festival. It's about 1:20 on Friday. You can see the line behind me. It's non-existent. So if you want to come to the 7 Seas Food Festival, looks like coming in the afternoon is a decent time to come. Granted, remember, it is a weekday, so the weekend may look a little different, but thanks for checking out my video. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. I'll see you again next time.